All right. We in here. We in here. Let me go ahead and get the notifications set up right so we can get the chats in order. We are going to go ahead and talk. First, where are my manners? Where are my manners? What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to Rock With Me Nation. What's going on, Mr. Ronnie? A special episode. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here and everything like that. We are talking swapping and bending, swapping and bending, and the impact that it has on black superheroes, if it even does have an impact. I see we got one person in here. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Y'all know what night tonight is. It's Monday, right? First night of the week, second, so however you want to look at it. And we have a college football game coming up. Probably gonna kick off at 8:30. Y'all know who I'm going for. I'm going for the University of Georgia. What's going on, Big Ronnie? What's going on? We gonna talk about it. What's going on, Mr. Smith? What's going on? We gonna jump into some stuff. Um, had a great Twitter Spaces yesterday in regards to building bridges, and we could look at this episode of. I ain't saying, I'm just saying this particular live. What's going on, Big Sam? We can look at this one as being a continuation of yesterday as far as building bridges. Because if it's about black representation, that should include all black people, right? Light skin, dark skin, straight hair, curly hair, um, um, uh, uh, male, female, heterosexual, LGBTQ. It should encompass all of that, right? So I wanted to dive into this because shout out to you, Mr. Ray Smith. I know we did talk a lot last night and everything like that, but we have actors that are worth their weight. Like I might not like a movie that they do or whatever, but I'm not gonna act like the person can't act. That's not what we're here for. But we have some great actors. Giancarlo Esposito is a great actor. Denzel Washington, the great Angela Bassett, what Halle Berry and everything like that. Eddie Murphy. We have great actors across the board. Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Letitia Wright. This is not me being sarcastic. No, these people are great actors in my opinion. They have played some magnificent roles. But when we talk about gender swapping, race bending, I've seen that there's been a pickup as far as black actors playing white roles. How there's been a push from some people in the black community for these actors to pick up these white roles. Well, my question then becomes this, because we have black superheroes. And if you're not a member of this community, our community, the nerd community, because I don't, like I said, blurred is a recent phenomenon with me. I grew up as a nerd. I'm still a nerd. But if you haven't grown up in this community, then you don't know who the black superheroes are. And while I was at work today, I took the time to look at, not even look, just think of, just throw some names out. What we saying, Mr. Smith? You're older than me. Sam, I think me and you in the same age group and everything like that. Ronnie, I know you're a younger brother and everything like that. But let's look at this. I'm at work. So I'm gonna say M. Now M, that's three, because it's actually Monet, Nicole, and Claudette. Claudette and Nicole become Penance. Monet is M, right? So that's three. So who else we got here? Well, I got Prodigy, I got Tempo, I got Frenzy, I got Gentle, I got Darwin, I got Sync, I got Cecilia Reyes, I got Miles Morales. He still ain't made it live screen yet. I got 3D Man. I got Luke Cage, because we don't know if he coming back, right? Let's keep this thing going. I got Giant Man, Bill Foster, and his son Thomas Foster. I got Misty Knight, because we don't know if she coming back. I got Night Thrash, I got Blue Marvel, Fastos, Windshear, Bishop, Shard. I said the Demolition Crew because I wanted to remind myself of Thunderball, because that's a highly sought after action figure. He's an intelligent brother. He's just on the wrong side of the fence. And even with that, Ta-Nehisi Coates did have the mindset to put him in the Intergalactic Empire, where he fought alongside Black Panther. Because the dude is smart as a whip. Yep, him. The Prowler, still ain't got him live screen. Roberto da Costa, Sunspot. Yeah, he's an Afro-Brazilian. Hold on, let me keep going. Taku, Gabe Brown, Cottonmouth, Puff Adder, Baron McCavery, King Cadaver, Akibi. I threw Hunter in there because even though he's white, that is T'Challa's stepbrother, right? Right, okay. Tosin, Achille, Azuri, Rage, Maggot, M'Baku, Nightwatch, Silhouette, Bedlam, Bling, Bandit, Caliban, Zuri, Bass, Nahonda, Lamar Hoskins, because they didn't represent him right. Elijah Bradley, Isaiah Bradley, Jeremiah X. Some people don't even know. Yes, Jeremiah X is out there on the Super Soldier formula. Okoye, Anika, Nakia. I'm mentioning them because since they didn't want to act alongside a brand new black actor, we probably gonna need to recast these roles anyway. Especially since Winston Duke already said they're gonna recast T'Challa because he's canon. So why did you kill him off again? Anyway, Nakia, Aurora, Blade, Victor Alvarez, that's the new Power Man, by the way. He has chi-based powers and everything like that. Young brother. Brother Voodoo, Charcoal. Yes, they actually, you might as well say they created a character called Tar Baby. Yes, we have a black mutant named Charcoal. Cloak and Dagger. Casper Cole, biracial, we got to get him in there. Nighthawk, yes, he's black now. Rocket Racer, Sun Girl, Ironheart, and Debris. Those are a lot of black superheroes, and that's just on Marvel side. I say that's Marvel side, right? Let me go into DC. I got Icon, John Stewart, Static, Lightning, Thunder, Batwing, Future State Batman. We got 2 Batwings, by the way. Future State Batman, Signal, Vixen, Cyborg, Steel, Steel's daughter, who went by the name Steel. She now goes by Vaporlock. Tyrock, Pharaoh Lad. Yes, Pharaoh Lad is black. Mr. Terrific, Lucius Fox, Amazing Man 1 through 3. That's a whole generation. Actually, it's 4 generations of Amazing Men. Bronze Tiger. How could I forget about him? Bumblebee, her boyfriend Guardian, or Mal Duncan, the Hornblower. Invisible Kid, the second, Jacques Stewart. I think that's his name. These are all black characters. A lot of mainstream fans are not aware, hey, Kung Fu, what's going on? A lot of the mainstream fans are not aware of these characters, especially in our community. True, but I'm not giving anybody excuses. Hey, Miss Keita, how you doing? You know why I'm not giving anybody no excuses? Because we just dropped Black Adam, and I know it was quite a few people that didn't know who the hell this Cyclone was and didn't know who the hell Atom Smasher was. Didn't stop them from doing it. Matter of fact, it's quite a few mainstream fans that if they not my age, they don't know who the hell Black Adam is. They don't know who the hell Black Adam is. Might not even know who Hawkman is. The thing is, which is why this movie didn't perform like I would have liked it to perform. They'll take a chance on introducing lesser known characters to the audience to at the very least familiarize those fans with that audience. I see here that Yahya Abdul-Mateen is supposed to be playing Wonder Man. There's some interest from fans for Keke Palmer to play Rogue. And Marlon Wayans is still receiving checks for him playing Robin in a movie that was never released. Smart business move, by the way, smart business move. But when we talk about black representation, because I don't know, Martin Luther King's birthday is this coming Monday, right? And February, Black History Month, is rolling around in the next couple of weeks. Are we conveniently black or are we black and proud? I got questions. We talk about black representation all the time, and as you've alluded to, Professor, you profess the film. We don't know, but why don't we know about these super? Because these are all fictional characters. Why don't we know about these fictional characters? Is it because the comic book company isn't shedding enough light on these heroes to the point where casual fans become aware of them, or is it the responsibility of black actors when they're being presented the role of a white actor to ask about black characters? How do we get, because Chillmonger asked a great question. How do we get these characters highlighted? How do we get these characters elevated to the same level of a Fantastic Four, of a Superman, a Spider-Man, a Batman? How do we get these characters elevated if they don't get the push in the comic books? And when it comes to the big screen, those that look like us, they're not going to play the characters that we want them to play, i.e. the characters that look like us. They're more interested, and that might not be true. Maybe they don't know, like the casual fan. The impression is the only thing they get offered is the white role. I don't think that's something we can keep doing going forward. Cat Williams raised a very interesting question, and Mr. Smith, if they are listening to us and everything like this, hopefully Cat Williams will listen to this one too. Why are black actors playing white superheroes? Why are we even talking about it? Icon is sitting out there, and I know quite a few of us would love to see Icon, Blue Marvel, which is basically a Superman. We would love to see these characters come to the screen. I don't necessarily want to see a black Clark Kent. Low key, I don't want to see a brother, even though I know there are black Supermen out there. I don't want to see a brother put on, watch this, the House of L symbol until I see more brothers and sisters picking up the roles of black characters. I just went down a whole list of black characters. Let me go down these notes. I want to catch up on you. What's going on, Big Tim? Yes, we in here with the Rock With Me Nation. I see you. I gave them credit for at least making Hawkman black. Facts. And that, I'm going to touch on that, Kung Fu, but thank you for that. That's an easy one, brother. Comic book companies aren't pushing the characters. We have to demand more pushing. We do. Exactly. From Mr. Ray Smith. Most of the actors aren't given the choice of black heroes to play. Actors are just grateful for a role. Okay, let's explore these things. Because I believe two things can be true. I believe more than one thing can be true. So let's go back to this right here. When you said Kung Fu, they made Hawkman black. Hawkman should have been black coming out the womb. But as I've said too many times, who wrote these comic books? Well, it wasn't you and I that created these comic book characters. So then you have people creating these comic book characters that don't look like me, that will put their hero in a region and in a religion that they don't identify with. We grew up, how many CARES commercials did we see back in the day when they was talking about underprivileged children coming from Africa and every day, and for 40 cents, for 10 cents, 4 cents a day, you can feed them and everything. So nobody was really capping for that region, but you want to put your person over there. Well, guess what I know? What happened when DC said they could no longer use Hawkman? They introduced Azrael, right? He was a heavenly angel. I read that whole damn series. You know, even though they had the bull host, they had the lion host, and they had the eagle host, and they had the male host, I never saw a black angel. Y'all help me if I'm right. Y'all, because I read DC comics. Like, let's not do that. Because that was that was my favorite run. So we have to demand more pushing. Exactly. Most of the actors aren't black. Stay with that, Kung Fu, because I want to come back and revisit that. Actors are just grateful for a role. Stay with that, Kamoyo, because I want to come with that. Black actors in Hollywood don't know the importance of these great black characters, and they don't care about them either. Stay with that, Ronnie, because I want to come back and visit that. Outside of Falcon not being Captain America, most of the companies are pushing them. Remember, I am out of work since I started chasing the dream. As a mixed person, I have little to no rep. Watch this. So I want to come back because those are all great points. Those are all great points. Going back to Kung Fu saying they made Hawkman black. Mark Spector shouldn't be Jewish. Well, let me rephrase that. Mark Spector can be Jewish and Moon Knight can be a superhero. He just can't have ties to Africa. No, you got to take that someplace else. You take that to Jerusalem or something like that. But he can't be Jewish worshiping an African deity, an Egyptian deity. That's not what we're doing. We're going to tell that story. We're going to tell that story right. Kate Pride is Jewish through and through. Nobody challenges that. That is her part of her faith. That's part of her character makeup. No different than with Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is a deep Christian. Nobody questions that whatsoever. Makes sense all the world. Them the regions you come from. certain heroes shouldn't be who they are. So them getting Hawkman right, shout out to Dwayne Johnson, because honestly, while Billy Batson can be whoever he is, Theo, whatever, from Egypt should not be a Caucasian, should have never been portrayed like that. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson for getting that one right. Let's keep it going though, because I want most of the actors aren't given the choice of playing a black heroes to play. Kung Fu, that's a great statement. I'm gonna challenge that statement though. Why don't they know? Because it's been too many of them say they grew up as comic book fans. Not only that, but they have the choice to ask the studio, what about the black actor? Because we've seen black directors turn down projects. We've seen directors turn down projects when they didn't like the way it was going. They call it creative differences and everything like that. Now, if it's a creative difference, what is it over here when you get this white role? You not asking, well, you ain't got no blacks. You don't have any black heroes for me to play? Like, I think that's a fair question. Because it's too many of them saying they black comic book fan. Cress Williams just played Black Lightning. They was finna get that young brother a show where he was finna be playing Painkiller. We had Thunder and Lightning. These are characters that nobody really knew anything about. Are we really sitting up here saying that? Because I'm looking at the black actors. Because what we're saying, Martin Luther King birthday is next week. Black History Month is in a few weeks. I don't want it to be where I'm sitting up here saying what I've been saying for the past couple of years now. We not black and we proud. We black and convenient. No, I want to get to the let's be black and we proud. Somebody need to reach out to Yahya Abdul-Mateen. We got a whole Goliath that you can play. We got a whole Giant Man that you can play. We got a whole Luke Cage that you can play, my brother. You talking about playing Wonder Man? Keke Palmer. We got Cecilia Reyes that you can play. I don't like you being cast, but you can even say you want to play Frenzy. But playing Rogue? Why? What's so more appealing about Rogue than any of these other black characters? What's so more appealing about, because really Wonder Man is a second-rate character. What's so appealing about Wonder Man over a Mr. Mateen? You can play Blue Marvel. Put a little gray on the side of your head. You in great shape. Watch this. I know what they said. I know what Nate Moore said about I can't imagine telling the best black actor that he was playing T'Challa. But my brother, you could play T'Challa. Why you ain't asking for T'Challa? We talking about black representation. I want to make sure I keep these notes going and everything. Actors are just grateful for a role, and they shouldn't be Kimoyo Kid, because that says a lot in and of itself. If black actors are just grateful for a role, well, that ain't what you said. You said the actors are just grateful for a role. So I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. I'm gonna say what I want to say. You shouldn't just be grateful for a role if you got a fan base. Denzel Washington has a fan base. Halle Berry has a fan base. Now I'm gonna say something like this. It's a damn shame because as I said to my wife, and I'm gonna say it here, the Negro League was something special. We took pride in it. When they offered us an opportunity to play in the major leagues, we didn't see any value in the Negro League anymore. Fat Farm, FUBU. We put those labels on the map. Much like we did with Champion Sporting Goods, which that's a sporting good line. But a couple of years ago, we elevated that line to a fashion line. We did. No different than what we've done with Louis Vuitton and Gucci. Us wearing it has elevated it to a fashion line. No different than what we did with the watch Michael Kors. We elevated that watch to a point where it was fashionable. No different than what we do with these Power 5 schools. We elevate them to a standard of excellence. I went over a whole list of superheroes, black superheroes, some of them known, some of them not known. My question is, with Martin Luther King birthday being right around the corner, a few days from now, and Black History Month being a few weeks from now, when do we get back to seeing value in ourselves? When do we get back? Night Thrasher. Where's Night Thrasher at? Night Thrasher. a young black adolescent superhero, young early 20s, running, leading his own superhero team full of adolescents. We got the Titans over here on HBO Max, right? Same premise. Yes, the Titans premise did come first, but we say we comic book fans. So we saying really no actors and actresses don't read comic books at all? Not a one. Better still, I got one for you. Why do the black actors and actresses need to know the black superheroes when I got a black executive named Nate Moore working at Marvel, who was selected primarily for his ability to be able to bring these characters to life? I think it's a fair question because we talking about black representation. It's not black representation if it's only black for a few minutes. I'm gonna say that one more time. It's not black representation if it's only black for a few minutes. I want to get caught up on these notes and everything like that. These black actors don't do their research from Kamoyo Kid. They just take whatever is given to them. Cole Tiger, what's going on, brother? And didn't Wonder Man die more than once in the comics? Yes, he has. Going back to Kung Fu, hell, Keke Palmer should be playing Shard, aka Bishop's sister, had Marvel hadn't got, and she still can. These characters, we know they don't stay dead in the comics, so why they acting like they're gonna stay dead on the big screen? I have no idea. These characters always come back. But you're right, she could play Shard, because honestly, the brother that played Bishop in X-Men Days of Future Past, he's the best actor they got in France. We can't get him to play Bishop? That story? Disney Plus? Let me keep going. He would be a good T'Challa. No one cares about Wonder Man. No, we really don't, Mr. Martin. We really don't. The one character I don't really mind being race swap is High Evolutionary. His being an insane genius is more important than his race. You know why, Mr. Martin, I didn't mention any aliens whatsoever? Because who can say what color skin an alien is? People kill me when they say that, like, nah, this person should be this. Really? So all the aliens, like the aliens out there, they Caucasian too? Or you just want the alien to be Caucasian with a strange paint job on, like can't be somebody. No, that's not how that works. I don't know what color an alien would be. So dead on point on that one. Let me keep going. Let me see. Even in X-Men 2099, I rarely remember seeing any black X-Men in those books, right? Hell, I don't recall them having many black characters in the 2099 run, but I could be wrong. No, you're not wrong. And what I want to ask is, because I asked this before, listen, to my brown sisters, brothers and sisters and everything like that, I got a question. You ever notice how Marvel always make it you and I that's linked together to have a biracial child? Which is, I don't mind it because I know quite a few brothers and sisters that's married to some Latino brothers and sisters. You know what we never get? We never get that child really speaking Spanish like they supposed to. I don't know one child that's Afro-Latino that don't speak. How many times does Miles Morales speak Spanish in his own comic book? But we talking about representation. We're gonna keep it going. I'm a comic book fan. I'm 49, so I hear you. I think as many actors are a bit scared to challenge their checks and careers. I think we should partner up with them, much like we've done so far, and partner up with watch this. I'm gonna say we partnered up with T'Challa. I'm gonna say we partnered up with Marvel Comics. I'm gonna say we partnered up with the writer of Black Panther, letting it be known, hey, don't do that no more. And maybe this is what we needed to do. We needed to make our voices heard because I don't know how people felt about the black comic book fan, that particular demographic prior to 2018, prior to 2016 and everything like that. But I can tell you, they take black people for granted. We did a whole show yesterday talking about representation because I still could ask questions as to what was going on. If we talking black representation, I'm gonna start off with my black super. Where Misty Knight at? Where was Monica Rambeau's father at? Why wasn't Monica Rambeau first? What's going on with Okoye? I'm gonna say with Ayo and Anika, because I still can't tell if they in a full-blown relationship or not. Why was Okoye giving Ayo's lines in Black Panther 2? If we talking about it, I could. Mind you, I ain't saying nothing about a dude yet. But I could. Because why was Fastos, even though Fastos was written to be gay in the movies, why was he out of shape? What we trying to say about gay men? What we trying to say about gay men when the fact that Fastos, we know in the comics to be a pacifist? What are we trying to say about my Arabian brothers and everything like that? To make Kingo somebody who wasn't going to bust a grape in the movie when we know in the comics, Kingo will put hands on you quick as I don't know what. What was we really saying about these brothers and sisters when we cast them like that? When we cast their ethnicities like that? Mind you, Nate Moore was over Eternals and he never checked one thing. What was wrong with Fastos being in an interracial relationship? Because we don't get this. We get the black woman with the other dude. But what was wrong with Fastos being a brother with the white woman? We talking representation, and those relationships do exist. We just not getting them. Fastos is married. That's a powerful message. Black man married to a white, married, not smashing, not got her down here in a whole nother country where she off in the cut as a secret with the child as a secret. No, Fastos is proud of his wife. She's proud of her husband. We didn't get married. And keep going. I want to keep up with these notes and everything. And didn't want to make, yep, you said diet, yep, Cold Tiger, these black actors don't do that. Getting to you, Professor Film, they should create animated shows like Static Shock. A lot of companies have us depicted as only watching shows that portray us as chemicals, absentee dads, stereotypic comedies, and reality shows. You know, it's crazy. I said at my job today that our most popular channel is Showtime. That's where our most popular shows rely at on show. Our most popular shows are either on Showtime or on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Take from that what you will. And people need to, that's something else that I'm gonna address. The truth. People owning their truth. Some black actors want to borrow the shine instead of creating their own. Black actors don't even realize, and I think that's what, to me, the education process comes in at, is that if you let them know that these characters are valuable, and then you pull them, here we go. Black Panther was a prime example of that. Nobody really knew, and they still don't know, because Winston Duke thinks M'Baku is supposed to be a joke. That tells me how much he knows about the character. He can go on talk shows and everything like that. He can do the whoo, 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 and say, nah, and he does it well. But you're supposed to be an intimidating force, not a fool. We ain't even looking for you to be the dude that's going to be wise. If you're going to be wise, you still got to be able to put hands on people. You called a female a bald-headed something in the movie. That's not productive. Not when and actually, as I alluded to yesterday on my Twitter spaces, you wrote this in the script, didn't even think about taking it out the script, even after Will Smith then ran up on, slapped Chris Rock about insulting his wife for the exact same thing, and this made media headline for what, a month or two? We had black people at each other's throats about whether or not you could make a comment about a woman's hair, say something about a woman's hair, defend your woman, or it's just a joke. We had the same damn thing in Black Panther. How many people laughed? What actor said, no, we can't say this? What writer said, no, this is wrong, this hit too close to home? What black director said, no. The joke was right there. How many people laughed and thought it was funny? So what are we still saying? M'Baku, you can insult a member of the Dora Milaje, knowing it's a ritual for them to shave their heads off. But when it comes to the rest of the movie, you a damn joke. You getting one punched across the yard. And you ain't get up and want no more smoke after that. Shorty had it within her more than anything else to put hands on Namor, and let's talk about Shorty. Than M'Baku did. But what are we telling black people? Representation is key. Martin Luther King's birthday is next week. Black History Month is in a couple of weeks. We love to tell people I'm black and I'm proud. That's what we love to tell people. We're going to hold up the power fist and everything like that. What was so black and powerful about Black Panther? The MCU version. Learn to tell the truth. If you are somebody, and this is what I want people to be comfortable with, embrace your truth. If you like a movie with more women in it, that's fine. Own it. If you like a movie with more dudes in it, that's fine. Own it. If you like a movie with a mostly white cast, own it. If you like a movie with a mostly black cast, own it. Tell the truth. Don't get mad though when somebody calls it for what it is. We know good and well Wonder Woman was a female-driven movie. Nobody cared because that's how the movie was supposed to play out. Wonder Woman is an Amazon from Themyscira. We know that. There were quite a few males that went to go see Wonder Woman and enjoyed that movie. I was one of them. We didn't like 1984, but the reason why we didn't like 1984, because Maxwell Lord should never have been in the movie. Cheetah should have been in the movie. And males that are comic book fans, we didn't like the way Cheetah was portrayed before she turned. She's not some type of geek where she's afraid of her own shadow and everything like that. That woman was a first-rate scientist. She turned her own damn self into the Cheetah, and she was about that life before then, after then, still that way. That's why we didn't like the way the character was portrayed. No different than we didn't like the way Shuri was portrayed. But that doesn't just extend to men, doesn't just extend to black men. That's everybody that's a comic book fan. No one that's a comic book fan liked the way Shuri was portrayed in the movie. Black representation. We didn't want to see her do that when M'Baku flinched to her, because we know that Shuri in the comic books would have jumped on M'Baku. We don't like the way M'Baku talked to Okoye in Black Panther 2, because we know for a fact the Doras in the comics killed M'Baku's younger brother was talking trash to women, putting hands on women. Black representation. We're not wrong for noticing it. The thing is we don't have an agenda to push other than a black agenda. And that black agenda is not at the expense of any other ethnicity. We want equality, not superiority. We want our character stories told. We want them told accurately. We want the black actors to portray them. Because watch this, all these black characters that I called out, I know damn good and well you don't want nobody else playing them, right? That's the other side of this door that we keep swinging open. When we want to play somebody else's characters, that door go both ways. You can open it up to where somebody plays a black character. What you gonna say then? A white Luke Cage? A Latino Misty Knight? A Asian T'Challa? I ain't saying, I'm just saying. What's good, my guy? Byron Smith, what's going on? Yeah, Cold Tiger, but lots of black heroes, they often then move them to outer space or write them into retirement or something. Facts. They did that to Monica Rambeau, yep, and a few Avengers in the space show did. I call that stolen valor, Kamoyo Kid. Night Thrasher may not fit the image they want to show. Well, Paul, you know what? You're right, because I'm sitting up here, I started to say, well, what kind of image Punisher showing? But you know what? To your point, if T'Challa doesn't represent the image they want to show, because, I mean, they lied about that one. Black representation. It was amazing how we used Chadwick Boseman's death to not only justify killing off T'Challa, but to eliminate damn near every other male black character in that movie, to the point where we didn't even want to introduce any more black males. All that talk that they spent on opening up, exploring the world of Wakanda, they introduced one character, Anika, for all of 10 minutes in a movie that was damn near 3 hours long. We didn't land on Black Panther 2. Black Panther 2 landed on us. That's exactly what happened. How many times they canceled Cloak and Dagger? Marvel has hurt me by wiping out a lot of black Marvel characters and beyond. Marvel really dropped the ball because they write the black heroes away or kill them off. This is true. Does Miles even speak Spanish? Hell on, truth be told, I don't think Miguel O'Hara spoke Spanish in Spider-Man 2 after. But we keep talking black representation. You're not wrong. Miles Morales, for all is said and done, is really a black character. He's not Afro-Latino. He's not even represented like that. I have friends that are Latino, and I have friends that no, that's not it. That's not it at all. They're playing on his ethnicity being more black than anything. I never would have thought we see Battlestar before Night Thrasher or Luke Cage in canonical MCU. You know, watch this, Mr. Martin, because I wrote this down. Battlestar, and I'm always disappointed when I talk about Battlestar Sergeant Major Lamar Hoskins, because it speaks to black fandom, military fandom, how we care about these characters. Sergeant Major E9 Lamar Hoskins, a lapdog for Captain John Walker. You know, I went and I looked on Marvel Fandom because I was, like I said, I was at work. And when it comes to U.S. Agent, his intelligence is a 5. Makes sense. He's a lunkhead in the comic books. His strength is a 4. His speed is a 3. His durability is a 3. It's Marvel Fandom. I'm not the one making this up. I'm just quoting. His energy, his energy projection is a 2, because he really don't project energy like that. So I don't even know why he got 2. And his fighting skills is a 4. His fighting skills are 4. So I'm gonna say that one more time. John Walker, U.S. agent. Intelligence is a 2. Strength is a 4. Speed is a 3. Durability is a 3. Energy projection is a 2. Fighting skills is a 4. You know what Battlestar's ratings are, Marvel Fandom? Now, mind you, Battlestar in the comics is the same age as John Walker. Thus, because the Sergeant Major is going to be older than the Captain. Let's just go ahead and keep that 1,000. A Sergeant Major is going to be older than the Captain. But in the comics, because neither one of them was in the military like that, they were, but they got out rather young, same rank and everything. Battlestar, his intelligence is a 2. His strength is a 4. Yes, Battlestar got his abilities the same way John Walker did. He ain't walking around here just no 90-pound weakling. They both juiced up on the same stuff. His speed is a 2. His durability is a 6. His energy projection is a 1. And his fighting skills are a 4. How was Lamar Hoskins portrayed in the MCU? The actor that portrayed him, Claire Benet, you played him. Research was right there. House of Mouse. Nate Moore, right there. Who knew Lamar Hoskins was a sergeant major? Was he ever pictured as a super soldier? No. Sam Wilson, anybody know his rank? Say black actors just happy to get a check. What about Anthony Mackie? He who wanted to be T'Challa. I'm glad you weren't, because you don't even care enough to do right by Sam Wilson. Where's Sam Wilson's brother at? Why Sam Wilson's sister? Where the father at? He gone, no mention of him. It's not, and Anthony Mackie has nephews. So the father is not important. When is the father important? We keep talking about black representation. Like I said, Martin Luther King's birthday is next Monday. He said, I have a dream. He did say, I might not get there with you. But he did say he had a dream I know we had a Million Man March a few years ago, right? Million Man March. We was there. We had the march on Selma and everything like that. I know I can go to YouTube right now and people will say black women ain't this. I know I can go to Twitter right now and they're gonna say black men ain't that. So I'm looking at us right now. When we gonna come together? Cause I know what we finna do in a few days. I know what we finna do in a few weeks. But as I look here, if black representation is what it is, if we need to see us do better, be better, how we gonna get there? If we can't depend on the black executive and we can't depend on the black director and we can't depend on the black actor and they're not gonna listen to the black fans, how are we gonna get these images out there? That bald-headed joke was added to push the vision. Yeah. So 50 Cent shows on Stars are too, yep, they are popular. Showtime and Stars, yep, that's it. Nate Moore on all today. I never would have thought we'd see Battlestar. Yeah, I got that one. See, I feel that way about the X-Men and all those movies and double that for the crap they did in X-Men First Class. All that, because I'm still trying to figure out what Darwin did. Kamoyo Kid, your wife was right. What did Kamoyo Kid? Let me see. That bald-headed joke was about to push the vision. They are minstrels. My wife thought Shooty was miscast and written poorly. She was. And here's the thing. That's not Letitia Wright's fault. No more so than it's the dude's fault to play faster. Now, what I can say is this, is that once Letitia Wright, I can hold her responsible for this, just like I can hold a brother that played Brian Tyree Henry. She didn't do what Natalie Portman did. And I'm stuttering because I don't understand. Chris Evans, I just read an article. He was intimidated because he had to maintain a rigorous lifestyle to look like Steve Rogers. He did. Okay, job well done. Chris Hemsworth, same thing. That Marvel gives you trainers. Okay, the dude is playing Star Fox even talked about Marvel giving him a trainer. Why didn't nobody else got a trainer? I do know the dude that said he played Kingo, said he got into superhero shape. I'm not hearing superhero shape with anyone else. What? So is it that the brothers and sisters are either naturally yoked up or we just gonna take them as they come? We're not gonna assign them no trainer. If they don't ask for a trainer, that's just what that is at the end of the day. Was she miscast? Could she have put on the weight? All I know is I seen Natalie Portman get yoked up to play Jane Foster. And Natalie Portman said she wasn't coming. Natalie Portman said she wasn't coming back if her character wasn't treated right. It's Natalie Portman. Let me keep the notes going. But Night Thrasher was one of the richest men of color in the Marvel Universe. He wasn't Tony Stark rich, but Dwayne Taylor was a millionaire. Yes. And that would be a great character to see on the screen. It would. See on the small screen. They're supposed to have a New Warriors story, but I don't believe Night Thrasher was going to be the leader of that group anyway. Probably why we won't see him in NCU unless he's portrayed as a cow. Kamoyo Kid, you took you retracted your message. Didn't Battlestar in the comics join Silver Sabres team in the 90s? There you go. Facts, Paul Martin. How does military rank work in the MCU? It's supposed to work the same way it works in the real world, except they don't necessarily feel the need to tell you certain things about the military if it's not going to fit the narrative. You got to go above and beyond to find out what Sam Wilson's rank structure is in the military, in the Army, because they never mentioned it. They wanted to just tell you he had the Falcon exoskeleton. That was more important. More important telling you he can't get a loan, even though he either has an account at Navy Federal or USAA. They just want to make you seem like he ain't got it, even though the Vision had enough money to go buy land. Like, you can tell me about the house all day, bro. Who gave you money for you to buy a plot of land? But we gonna make convenient. We will make convenient excuses as a race of people for why that story works, and we will accept convenient excuses from people not from our race just to make that story work. Convenient excuses that they would never accept for them. As Cat Williams said, they will never kill off Superman. But as I look in the comments on Facebook, we, black men, black women, will come up with 1,000 excuses for why that made sense. And then you have people that want to go ahead and tell a lie. Somebody that doesn't look like us. but they will believe his word over anybody else's. Will say it was 15 years before they recast Superman after Christopher Reeve died. Wrong. Christopher Reeve was paralyzed in 1995. He died in 2004. In 2006, Superman Returns came out. So how do we want to say this? Because that ain't 15 years. Actually, if we go 1995 to 2006, that's 11 years. That's simple math. He died in 2004. Well, hell, if we think about it, when did Chadwick Boseman pass? 2020. He passed in 2020. Well, Christopher Reeve passed away in 2004. We had another Superman movie in 2006. That was Brandon Root. That's 2 years. See, they will never tell you stuff like that. They ain't got to. All they got to do is say it. And the joke that we've been saying since I was a kid, that if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book or put it online. Because if it's not gossip related material, black folks won't research it. If it's not drama related, black folks won't research it. Black folks, what did I like to say, Mr. Smith? Black folks are perfectly fine being either blissfully ignorant or willfully stupid as long as it satisfies their narrative. A narrative which is crazy to me because all it does is divide us as a damn people. That's all it does is divide us as a damn people. It doesn't unite us. See, the unifying cry should be I'm black and I'm proud. Not that I'm black and I'm a male, not black and I'm a woman, not black and I'm heterosexual, not black and I'm a member of the LGBTQ. No, it's supposed to just be I'm black and I'm proud. That's the problem. To build the bridge, any one of us can build the bridge. The thing is, too many of us won't come across the bridge unless I act like I'm black and I'm gay. I act or dress or look like a black woman, or I'm sympathetic to the black woman. No, the fact that I love my black people should be enough to get you to understand what I'm saying to you. We don't have that balance. We don't. We have black actors and actresses that either know more or will research more how to be a drug dealer, how to be a gun runner, how to be a pimp. I will research those, how to be a prostitute. I will research those roles hard all day, every day, and twice on Sunday to make sure I get them right on Showtime, to make sure I get them right on Stars. I will practice, study how it is to be an adulterer to get that show right on BET. But when it comes to portraying these black characters, we say I'm black and I'm proud. I'm challenging that mindset. No, you black and you convenient, because you don't want to study these characters. You just want to take what the studio give you and then have the audacity every February, every Martin Luther King, to talk about why black people can't get ahead. You're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Black characters matter, just like Black lives matter. The problem is that the sources of power origins in the MCU are too limited, either a version of super soldier armor or infinity gems. The military works really bad in the MCU depending on the movie because they mostly answer to Ross and the Hulk, and sometimes they had issues with S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm still waiting on somebody in the military, somebody that's black, somebody that's a MCU fan, to ask why James Rose has been walking around paralyzed from the waist down for 7 years now, because it's 2023. I'm still waiting on somebody to ask that. The Eternal was about inclusiveness, so the actors looked the part, including those like the cake. You know what? I didn't have a problem per se with the cast of the Eternals. I get it; they was going for the all inclusion. I didn't like Brian Tyree's appearance in the movie, and I didn't like the script, and I didn't like the way they did the villain in the movie. If I want to see, they should have let Karen Grisham the young lady who wrote this X-Men, who just wrote this Eternals run, they should have let her wrote that story. That's what they should have did. Why all the black male characters just have tech without powers? Because that's all they giving us. Because I apologize, Kamoyo, but it's quite a slew of black male characters that's got powers. They just won't give them. That was CGI on Natalie Portman. She did not get beefed up like that. She wasn't small either. And what I'm saying by that is Miss Valerie is like, regardless of whether CGI was there, she put the effort in. Brian Tyree Henry put no effort in. Like at the end of the day, if I can't do anything else, I can applaud effort. How much CGI would we have had to put on Letitia Wright to get her to even look like Natalie Portman? Also, Nick Cage was going to play Superman in the project that was crap. Facts. He was going to play Superman. Thank you so much. Did somebody say Night Thrasher and the New Warriors? I did. Come on now. You know how I am. You know how I get down. I'm still missing that character. Battlestar was just a Negro sidekick like War Machine and Falcon. T'Challa and Luke Cage and Blade weren't sidekicks. Facts. That's what Battlestar was, and that's how he was perceived by people outside of my community. Now, imagine how I feel. Imagine how you feel knowing who Battlestar is in the comics, having somebody that don't know the character like you do, who basically refers to Battlestar as John Walker's bootlicker, his cleanup boy, his errand boy. Imagine how that would make you feel if somebody said, "Yeah, Battlestar, yeah, Lamar Hoskins wasn't nothing more than John Walker's cleanup boy." Like after John finished working out and everything like that, he had Lamar clean up behind him. I literally heard that. A YouTuber felt comfortable enough to say that. He wasn't black. He didn't know who Lamar Hoskins was. He didn't give two damns. He didn't do no research. Comic book fan. He didn't read up on it. He felt comfortable enough making that damn statement. Didn't even do the due diligence of looking up what his rank was, which was on his damn uniform the whole damn time. He felt comfortable enough saying that. Those are the type of people that we have, that when you don't represent black characters right, you empower them, you enable them to say something stupid, something that could be seen as racially insensitive if you just would have did your damn job right as the writer, as the director, as the actor, as the executive. Just tell the story right. If black representation matters. Did somebody say these Steves are Yo Ray, also Nick Cage? Do you think they would ever let Hobie Brown, aka Spider-Punk, be seen since he's the nope. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you no. If we can't get Miles Morales to the big screen, you're not gonna get Spider-Punk. Kamoyo Kid, they are afraid of black men, always have been. Who was the first black cosmic superhero in Marvel? You know they're not gonna do that. The Superman and Lois show, black male cosmic superhero, live action Superboy and Lois and Clark shows before Superman returns to? Yes, but they will leave that out. And the thing is, you have us that sat down, watched Lois and Clark, watched Smallville, and will act like we did not, and we'll sit up and say, "Oh, that was a different universe." You're not getting T'Challa like that. Like they killing off T'Challa, you're not gonna get no show called Wakanda and you finna see T'Challa running around before he become the Black Panther. That's not how they finna do that. They're not finna give you no show called T'Challa and Shuri, T'Challa and Aurora, T'Challa and Nakia. They're not putting that on primetime television. Sunday night? No, you're not getting that. So the comparison, it's not a 1-for-1 ratio. Yep, Smallville, Monica Rambeau, or the retcon Blue Marvel. I do agree about Letitia being miscast, though. She doesn't look the part. No, Miss Williams, you know who did look the part? And I told my wife this. The young lady who was cast as Eddie Murphy's daughter in Coming to America 2. I was like, wait. How is Shorty is black and Coming to America 2? Why she wasn't in Black Panther? Because she wanted all the smoke. She did, and she carried it like that. They don't want Rose to back on his feet because they know he was all military all day. I don't know why they still got him walking around with them leg braces on, especially when Sam just went and got him some whole wings. But as my daughter said, it's because Rhodey ain't asked. That's what she said. Now I don't remember. I don't remember old boy asking for Shorty to heal him up with the Komodo bead in the back. I think he was out of it. So I don't know why Rhodes got the ass. Think he should be just kind of like walk in there and they be like, why are you still walking around with those leg braces on? Come here. Put a Kamoyo bead in his back and like 24 hours later, he healed. I don't know. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Most of the Eternals were off with characterizations are off. That is absolutely correct. These season. More fun and wholesome black superhero entertainment. Yeah. Actually, it was technically Horus Egyptian, but in reality, Fastos 1985. Mr. Smith always dropping them nuggets. Lashana Lynch should have been Shorty. I want to tell I mean, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I think the problem with Eternals, it was too ambitious of a film that it was rushed in a 2.5 hour movie. You know what was wrong with it, in my opinion, Miss Williams? You had a black executive who wanted to make his mark on the movie industry without doing his research. You had a black executive who's marketing himself as a comic book fan. I'm not gonna say a black comic book fan, but you have a black executive at Marvel who's marketing himself as a comic book fan when he's really not. He might be a fanboy, but he's not a comic book fan. The better movie would have been Alpha Flight. I'll say that once, and I will stand by that. Eternals, the fact that people really don't know Eternals like that, they could have gave us an Alpha Flight movie and set us up for phase 5 and 6 going forward. Yes, they could have. They don't push black mutants, Inhumans, Eternals, enigmatic black heroes with powers because they refuse to push these characters, like Bingle and Prism and the black dude from the Wrecking Crew. Facts. Still waiting to figure out what's going on with Bingle. I've been the most annoyed by James and Monica's portrayal. I have too. Well, Monica's portrayal and the way the people in the military got treated. I'm pissed off, upset because Monica wasn't first and she should have been. As I said to someone else, don't tell me she was just a placeholder. I know she was just a placeholder to have the Captain Marvel name, but Carol Danvers was alive and well, very much a active superhero in the Marvel comic books at that time. They chose to keep her as eye candy as opposed to making her Captain Marvel. She stayed Miss Marvel. They came out with Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. And considering that character was supposed to be based off of Pam Grier, miss me with the character didn't matter. That character did matter, except to those who it didn't matter to. In regards to James Rhodes, the way they have portrayed black men in the military, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, thoroughly disgusted by that whole damn series. The whole damn series. And watch this. Who knew Cardi was black? Who knew that young lady? I know I said it on a video once before. Who knew the young lady that played Cardi was black? Y'all, I'm waiting on y'all to tell me this one. Yeah, I know you got beef with that military act. Yeah, you big time. I agree. And another problem is that treated Eternals more like checkmark movie than really creating a good. Yes, they did. It was just like you said, Ms. Williams. It was totally rushed, completely ambitious. I knew she wasn't one. Yeah, she not. Ms. Williams, come on now. She got two sisters. Like her mother is Irish and her father is African. I sat up there, I was like, and you can tell because the facial features, you be like, You be looking like the basketball players in the football, like Patrick Mahomes. You look at Patrick Mahomes like, yeah. Oh, okay, I see it now. Yeah. So, I thank you for this live. This is exactly why I stopped reading comics in 2010. They started whipping out the mutants and other black characters out, so I stopped that crap. Here's what I would tell you. What they have been doing in the X-Men comic books right now, I will call it refreshing. We've seen characters like Sync get some shine, not get some shine, still get shine. We've seen characters like Prodigy get some shine. We've seen characters like Gentoo show up in not only the X-Men books, but also show up in the Black Panther comic book. So Roberto da Costa, that's black Brazilian and everything like that. He is making moves in X-Men Red and everything like that. So it would appear in the comic, Monica Rambeau, Photon, is it Photon? Is it Spectrum? Is it Pulsar? Is it Captain? She's just been released in a new limited series and everything like that. Shout out to the writer on that title. Shout out to the artists on that title because they are knocking them all the way out the park and everything like that. Wakanda, the limited series, the limited Wakanda series and everything like that. They're doing great things as far as like bringing Black Panther mythos up to current time frame. If I had to say one thing, I was not that's still sticking out there like a sore thumb for me is you got to rectify how T'Challa beat Sion while Sion had the heart-shaped herb in the system. You got to rectify that. You got to retcon that. And to the brother that's going to be taking over the chores of Black Panther, I would very much appreciate it if you could retcon that whole Reginald Hutton thing. Let's just go ahead and say Sion aged out as a Black Panther. That whole thing where you beating somebody that's a Black Panther is ridiculous. Also, before I go, I want to leave y'all with this and everything because I want to make sure, it is football. We got this game going on. I did do this research because me and Mr. Smith had talked about this ad nauseum. Remember that thing that Ray says I'm live now. I guess I came back. Sorry about that. Remember when I was talking about the intelligence, strength, speed, durability, energy projection, and fighting skills? Remember I was talking about that? T'Challa's at a 5. His intelligence is at a 5. T'Challa's strength is at a 3. His speed is at a 2. Durability is at a 3. Energy projections is at a 3. And his fighting skill is at a 5. I'm going to read that one more time. T'Challa, now this is somebody who took the heart-shaped herb and whose abilities are based on a cat. His intelligence is a 5. That's cool. Strength is a 3. Speed is a 2. Durability is a 3. Energy projection is a 3. Fighting skills are 5. Let me tell you why I said that. Let me give you some side-by-side comparison. The best Secret Wars for me was back in the original one. Yep, I had to stop buying new Marvel comics post Secret Wars, but I still keep tabs on what's going on. Those numbers should be higher. I want the scene Minotaur. Yeah, boy, look. Kamoyo, you said something. Sign the Minotaur. Ooh, boy, you said something with that one. I do too. Let's see here. Steve Rogers. Those numbers should be higher. Wait, Kamoyo, wait. Steve Rogers, his intelligence is a 3. His strength is a 3. His speed is a 2. His durability is a 3. His energy projectile is a 1. And his fighting skill is a 6. Okay, let's look at 3D Man, the brother. 3D Man, y'all remember him, triathlon and everything like that? Let's look at him. 3D Man, his intelligence is a 2. His strength is a 4. He has 3 times, he's strong as three men. Yeah. He's as fast as 3 men, his strength 3 men, the speed of 3 men. Yeah. His intelligence is a 2. His strength is a 4. His speed is a 3. His durability is a 3. His energy projectile is a 1. And his fighting skill is a 4. I love that Marvel is so diverse and believes in diversity, but what they need to realize is how to write and produce a great content for their diversity cast. Facts, Miss Williams. Facts. To be diverse all day, that's admirable, but you gotta get it right. And they ain't getting it right, and they not listening to you're not listening to the comic book fan. You're not hiring the comic book fan. But then you want to act surprised when the comic book fan ain't showing up to your movies. Let me keep going. Let's look at Reed Richards. I like this one. Y'all see where I'm going with this one. Because Reed Richards said what? T'Challa is his intellectual what? Peer? Cool. Intelligence is a 6. His strength is a 2. His speed is a 2. So T'Challa just as fast as, so Reed Richards never mind. His durability is a 5. His energy projectile is a 1. His fighting skill is a 3. So Reed Richards is just as fast as Let's look at Daredevil. I like this one. Let's look at Daredevil. The man without fear. Matthew Murdock. It shall stay on this. Intelligence is a 3. Strength is a 3. So T'Challa and Daredevil, like Matt Murdock is within lifting range. Like maybe he might not be as strong as T'Challa, but he's within lifting range of not only T'Challa, but he's also within weightlifting range of Steve Rogers. Speed is a 2. So T'Challa and Daredevil, like if they take off running, Daredevil is within some feet of T'Challa. Durability is a 2. Energy projectile is a 4. What is he throwing? Energy projection? Okay. And fighting skill is a 5. Ray Smith, Mr. Smith, you gonna like this one. Come on, your kids, y'all gonna like this one too. D. Steezel, you'll like this one. Miss Williams, you'll like this one too. Namor. Namor. Intelligence is a 2. Strength is a 6. His strength is a 6. And T'Challa's strength is a 3. Right? His strength is a 3. Namor's strength is a 6. How many times has T'Challa faded Namor though? And I don't mean with this, I mean put hands on Namor. How many times T'Challa moves fast enough to catch Spider-Man? Listen. Spider-Man didn't move fast enough to catch Speed Demon, the Wizard. I just read that comic. Yep, dude took off running, thought he was too fast, and T'Challa leapt at that dude and cut his Achilles. That dude can't run fast no more. Both of them. He thought it. Okay. Yeah, but Namor intelligence is a 2, strength is a 6. If his strength is a 6, I'm just thinking T'Challa put tips on Namor like he a waiter, right? And he didn't put hands on Namor whether Namor was in water or out of water. So anyway, so Namor's strength is a 6. His speed is a 3. His speed is a 3, but T'Challa's is a 2. His durability is a 6. Remember when T'Challa stabbed Namor though? So how strong you gotta be to stab a dude in the chest whose durability is a 6 and your strength is just a 3? But this is the same dude that we didn't see take down a 10-ton rhinoceros, right? Black rhinoceros. T'Challa took down a 10-ton black. That's the same dude, right? Okay, good. Energy projections is a 2. Namor really don't have any energy projection, and his fighting skill is a 4. I was just about to say T'Challa is one of those people who's been more than capable of showing Namor not to mess with him. Facts. Facts. So what are we doing? Like at the end of the day, we talking black representation. I'm just an average fan. Nobody's paid me thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to read this stuff, to catch up on this stuff. No, nobody has. The studio hasn't hired me. But we talking about black representation. We keep saying we want these heroes to come to the screen because I want to go ahead and wrap this thing up. This is what we've been talking about because we've been hearing it on regardless of whatever social media platform you want to. Oh, you don't want black women to shine. Yes, we do want black women to shine. I would go ahead and say the only demographic that hasn't attacked recast T'Challa in regards to wanting the character recast is honestly the LGBTQ community. They haven't done it, but the people that, and I'm not going to say women because I think that's wrong. I'm going to call it for what it is. Misandries, whether they be male or female, have went above and beyond to recast T'Challa as if we don't care about black representation. When truth be told, we care about all black representation. I think the question Recast T'Challa needs to start asking various writers, directors, people who feel like T'Challa shouldn't be recast, people who feel like Chadwick Boseman's wishes shouldn't be honored. I think the question we need to ask is why they don't care about black characters, why they don't care about black representation. That's not a question we need to be fielding. We've shown up, show out. We care about all black characters. Honestly, truth be told, Recast T'Challa has shown that they care about all the characters, black, white, Jew, Gentile, regardless of what their religion belief for, LGBT, it don't matter because we love the characters. We need to be turning that question back around. Why don't you give a damn about these characters? Because you're not talking about them. You're not repping them. You're not speaking. You're not carrying them out there in the streets. You're not putting them out there on your hashtag. You don't have them on your banners. You don't even want your own character. You want somebody else's character. You want a black Superman. You don't want Icon. You want a female Black Panther. Never mind the fact that Nahanda, Shuri, and another unknown black female Panther out there. You want Shuri to be the black female Panther, the Black Panther going forward without any concern as to who she currently is. That's sad. That's sad in and of itself. Education is the key, though. We're going to keep talking about these characters. We're going to start dropping little tidbits on these characters here and everything like that. I'm going to consult with my mentors, my elders, Mr. Ray Smith, Grand Madam Tarot, D-Real, and everything like that. And we're going to start highlighting these black characters. And we're going to start asking the question, when we're going to get these black actors to play them? Because as I wrote a note here to myself, and y'all help me out before we get on up out of here, you ever seen a white actor request to play a black character? Have you seen any actor that's not black request to play a black superhero? I think power scaling isn't ever correct on the superheroes, regardless of it being Marvel or DC. It ain't. But watch this. Let's not act like they're not using it as a reference point, because you and I both saw Avengers Infinity War. They did have T'Challa and Steve running side by side, and that ain't never how that should have went. Never. Steve can be strong, but he ain't jumping as high as T'Challa. T'Challa didn't just take a super soldier serum and everything like that. No, his abilities are based on that of a cat. And who running? What human regard? Usain Bolt ain't keeping up with no panther, no jaguar. He not jumping as high as no panther. He not. Oh Lord, you spoke of a scale way different. Make sure you let the new writer on the Black Panther comic know to make it known what really happened between T'Challa and Storm. It was not T'Challa's fault. It was not. I think power scaling, as long as you make it believable, yeah, all this power scaling goes out the window when the story demands it. Writer's prerogative. Yes, it does. I was just about to say T'Challa is one of those people who's been. Let me keep going. As black women, myself, I can honestly say some of us have to be delusional to think Black Panther 2 was a great way to showcase black women shining. Miss Williams, don't say that on Twitter. You say that on Twitter, you're going to have all kind of females coming for your throat, calling you self-hating and everything. I know, because if they don't mind saying that Chadwick Boseman's niece is a misogynist, like, that's wild. Like, one young lady actually referred to Derek Boseman and the niece as misogynists just because they said the character should have been recast. Like, that's wild to me. In Civil War, Steve couldn't keep up with T'Challa when he chased Bucky. Mind you, T'Challa was closing the gap on Bucky. Steve was not closing the gap on T'Challa. But the thing is that, let's remember something. One of the great things about Chadwick Boseman, and I'll go ahead and tip my hat here, is that he cared enough to get that story right. He cared enough to get the intricacies, the delicacies, the delicacies of the story, the small things. He cared enough to get them right. In Black Panther 2, it was all about the almighty dollar, regardless of who it split up, regardless of who it tore down, regardless of who it looked. And honestly, the only time it mattered is if, sad to say, if it was something that was disparaging you. We had it where, because I've seen these videos and everything like that. Yes, you had some Latino people upset and everything like that, but they was upset about how they looked. They didn't care. They was upset about how they looked. Some was upset about how they looked and how white men looked. What nobody really saying nothing about how black men looked in general. That's the world that we live in today, where we look at stuff that's impacting black men, black women, black children, and people look the other way. We think it's absolutely fine in our society, because I know I had a female tell me, and I'm dealing with it right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck. The reason why I don't have a relationship with my oldest daughter is because she allowed her daddy issues to destroy the relationship between me and my oldest. She admitted that. Well, hell, what did we get in Black Panther? Another story of a black woman getting ready to having a black child. The black male ain't around, and the black male ain't around because the actor died. Let's not do that. The black male is not around because that's the story that the director chose to tell. The director is cool with that story. That's the same director, because some people are like, but Theo, that's wrong. No, he didn't even write the fact that they were married. That means he wrote that they had a child in secret. He had enough thought to say that they had a child in secret and they kept it a secret, but no thought process whatsoever to say that they got married in secret and kept their marriage a secret at no point in time. That's the mindset that we find ourselves in. We're not on the plantation physically, but mentally, we are not as far removed from that plantation as we would like to be. Listen, that's my time. Yeah, what's going on, Grand Madam? I see you showing up and everything like that. That's my time. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and everything like that. Y'all go get ready for this national championship game. It's a brand new year, new beginnings and things like that. Listen, it is about building bridges, but it's also about accountability at the end of the day. And we can't come together as a race of people if we keep looking at each other sideways. We got to stop that. Like, I'm not here for that. What you got, Miss Williams? The reason it wasn't a good way to showcase black women shine because it was agenda in play. And when that happens, nothing else matters. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Wholeheartedly. When there's an agenda, one way or the other, it don't work. As I said to some young ladies today, Black Panther, the first movie, was beautiful. I got my people. I got all of it. The only thing I wanted more of, I didn't like the fact that how they flirted with Ayo and Okoye when I knew who Ayo's lady was. So I would have liked to have gotten more of that. I didn't like particularly how Okoye told W'Kabi she would kill him. No, that's your husband. You will walk him out the field of battle before you kill him. There's no other union stronger than that of two people that are in love. That's not the message that we sending. But to see a black country, to see all my brothers and sisters there doing the thing, speaking languages from the motherland, it was beautiful. I loved everything about it. There were some parts that could have been better, but I know we're not perfect. I loved it. But when I looked at the second movie, as Miss Williams alluded to, I wasn't upset that women got their shine on. No. I was upset because I was trying to figure out where the brothers was. The Doors should have been by Queen Ramunda when she was in the UN. The brothers, the Hattusilize, in their white camouflage uniforms, and we want to modernize and everything like that, they should have walked in the room and dropped heads on the floor, not bodies. They should have walked in the UN and dropped heads on the floor and reported to the Queen Mother Ramunda, the Wakandan freighter has been defended. Here are the heads of our enemies. Because that's how the Hattusilize got down. Get down. When the Atlanteans tried to flood Wakanda, Wakabi should have been on the scene. Ramunda keeping him locked up, that was an emotional decision. No. Wakanda is supposed to be about logic overriding emotion. Wakabi should have been on the scene. The border tribe should have been on the scene. It should have been the border tribe, the Hatutaze, the Jabaris, and the Doras, and the river tribe. Because hell, they come from water. Should have been all defending Wakanda. That's how that should have went down. We didn't get that. And the truth of the matter is, we didn't get it because we didn't want it. We didn't get it because 5 years ago, Ryan Coogler said that he sees how the black woman works and how much she's dedicated, and she's the backbone of the community. So he wanted to highlight her. I get that. I understand that. That's respectable. Winston Duke just going out and said women in his life helped make him the man that he is today. I get that. I respect that all day. Okay, cool. Well, my grandmother, my aunt, my mother, my grandfather, out of 4 adults, the ones who were in my life the most were the women. And I won't even mention my great aunt who babysat me. I won't. Don't need to. Those women were significant. But those women also raised and taught me how to be a man. Know how to treat a lady, but don't forget who you are. You're a man. And at some point in time, when it comes to the MCU, it come to Marvel, we said we don't need the black man. That's reprehensible in and of itself. And since I believe in equal energy, that is no different, no less insulting than if we said we don't need the black woman. It's wrong. Especially if we're talking about black representation. Way too many black heroes out here for us to be playing white heroes. Way too many black heroes whose story isn't being told accurately for us to go out here and portray somebody else's story. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all so much and everything like that. Shout out to Trey Michael. I just hit him up and everything like that. Today is the last day of college football for this particular, of the season. So I'm going to start getting some more lives out here and everything like that on Saturdays and everything like that. Start doing some comic book live conversations, things like that. Y'all make sure y'all hit me, like, share, subscribe, comment section. Let me know whatever ideas y'all got. Shout out to Max Shaw for hitting me up over there on Instagram and everything like that. Always keep me in the loop with the latest news. Finna go. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Chillmonger. Y'all make sure y'all rock with Kaiser Slevin. Y'all make sure y'all mess with my man. That ain't right. Hit up K Dot, Super Dot, and everything like that. My man Be Real with D Real, Grand Madam Tarot, and my homeboys from Back of the Bus. Am I forgetting somebody? Planet Fanatics. Y'all go check him out. Blues House. Y'all go make sure y'all check him out. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check all those people out. We trying to get to 1,000. We did big things. We did big things in 2022. I believe we can get to 1,000. Rocking to 1,000. Like, share, subscribe. Get the videos out there. Black Panther content. We're going to be talking superhero news and everything like that. And we're going to get some funny skits out here and everything like that because I know Ken got some sense. Oh, we are going to be getting some more kitchen silliness R&B TikTok videos. That is going to be coming and everything like that. So, yeah, we got big plans. College football starting this weekend. We're not going to do it because we're not going to do this. College football, we're not even going to review the game. We're not. But we're going to do this, so we're going to make it do what it do in there. Misandrists want to replace black men, so they, you know what? If you get rid of a black man, how do you get a black woman? Like, I don't know what they thinking because I'm petty. Like, if you don't like black men, you can't get my black sperm. I'm just saying. I don't know how you feel. Don't do me like that. Listen, man, we're going to make it do what it do. Miss Keita, thank y'all so much and everything like that. Keep your head up. We're going to recast T'Challa. We're not going nowhere till T'Challa come back. So, and TJ is not a recast. What I say, Grand Madam? That's not a recast. That's not reanimation. That's not a rebirth. That's not reincarnation. It's none of them reads. It's a new character. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.